welcome to my channel. What can I get you? A cyberpunk bartending game about trauma, corruption, and relationships? Coming right up.
Glitch City, 2070X. A city that shouldn't exist, a tax haven for corporations and criminal empires. All human life has been infected with nanomachines, and over them stand the White Knights who ensure the corrupt government's laws are obeyed. Here, brutality in all its forms is an everyday reality. The quality of life for the non-powerful decreases at an alarming rate. For many, this can be overwhelming. Some devote themselves to jobs while others just give up. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of a glass. On a small road, somewhere near the slums, you can find the Hall A of the BTC certified bar coded VA-11. But that's a mouthful, so we just call it Valhalla. A small oasis in the middle of a concrete desert, a fountain of spirits waiting for tired souls. And it's here where the story unfolds.
In Valhalla, you play as Jill, a 27-year-old bartender who hasn't quite mastered the art of being a grown. Preferring to fill her room with clutter such as posters, knickknacks, and a cheap case of beer instead of paying her bills. Though that's choice you, the player, can make. Would you rather pay the bills or change the colors of your apartment? Buy a broken Lucky Cat doll or be distracted at work? Valhalla takes place in Glitch City, a fictional city set in a cyberpunk future that feels way too recent and real. It's kind of a product of its time. I could relate a lot of what happens in the game to how Brazil, where I'm from, was back in 2016 to 2021. We had a corrupt government that didn't care for its citizens. We had people destroying storefronts under the excuse of protests and manifestations. Police brutality and all the works. And it makes sense. Sukeban Games, the game studio behind Valhalla, is set in Venezuela. And Valhalla's premise is based on the dad's experience living in a third world country going through, in a nutshell, very hard times. There is a somewhat similar game called the Red Strings Club, also set in a cyberpunk world wrapped with humans covered in technological augmentations. However, where it differs from Valhalla is that the main characters in this game are main characters. Brandeis is an enhanced human and hacker, Donovan doesn't have any implants and owns the Red Strings Club bar, and Akara 184 is an android previously owned by Supercontinent, the evil corporation that plagues the world. They get together and try to stop Supercontinent from eliminating all emotions in humans. It's actually a really fun game. There is a part in the Red Strings Club where you bartend a few customers to get information, I believe, but that is only one part of the game. You also hack into people's phones and clone their voices, you move around, and you design genetic implants in a pottery-like mechanic. When I first played it back in 2021, I actually thought this was Valhalla because of the cyberpunk setting. But besides that, they are completely different games with different intentions and different storylines. Both great games, but I do love anything cyberpunk, so kind of wanted to explain Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk is a subgenre of science fiction set in a dystopian future that focuses on the dichotomy of high-tech, low-life. We have AI and technological implants, but also societal collapse, dystopia, and decay. It started in the new wave science fiction movement of the 60s and 70s, where writers examined the impacts of technology, drug culture, and the sexual revolution while avoiding the utopian tendencies of the science fiction of the 40s and 50s. I felt like explaining it, I don't know. Differently from other cyberpunk creations such as Blade Runner, Valhalla is about making and serving drinks while listening to patrons tell their stories. It's a visual novel where the main mechanic is you bartend, you mix drinks according to what the people order. Sometimes you go by vibes, sometimes you have to guess what they want by their cryptic requests, and sometimes you just look and say, "Really, Bob? You need a piano woman, coming right up." Sukeban created a set of characters that, in the middle of a sea of disaster, try and go on and live their lives as happy as they can be with what they have. They wanted to create an optimistic kind of dystopia. The characters are your everyday schmoes instead of heroes. Just like Jill, they are not going to change the world, or, if they are, that is not the story that is being told. Jill isn't planning to save the world, she's just there surviving. She reads the tabloids, she follows Reddit conspiracy theories on her phone, she talks to her cat, she cares about her patients. She doesn't know their life stories, as most of their lives happen off-screen, outside of the bar. Jill also has a major crush on her boss Dana, even having her as her phone lock screen and having a banner of her in her bedroom. But her boss is pretty badass. She has a crazy past with so many stories you don't even know if half of them are true. She was a wrestler, she lost her arm, she tends to get her head stuck in things. You also work with Jill. Or is it Gil? I guess I could just call him John? Leonidas, Marcelo, Gilbert, Gillian, Archimedes? I don't know, just call him fuckboy. I don't really know his real name for that matter, but he is a pretty reliable guy. You can count on him to take care of you. Even though he did leave you to work last weekend alone to deal with all the corgis. My goodness, so many corgis. Racist corgis at that. We have Alma, a hacker who talks about her failed relationships and the consequences of following your dreams instead of doing what is expected of you. Also, like Renee Rapp once said, she has great tits and a big heart. Or I guess big tits and a great heart would be a better description. Dorothy, a Lilim sex worker who looks 13 years old because that's how she gets her clients. She talks a lot about her job and clients, and also she calls us honey. Donovan D. Dawson, a disgusting, misogynistic chief editor and director of the tabloid news website The Augmented Eye. He is all that, but he also makes some sense. And say what you want, the guy knows what he wants, and that's a big beer. Coming right up. Streaming Chan, literally a streamer who streams herself 24/7, while awake, while sleeping, while eating, at a random shoddy bar with a flat-chested bartender, while having sex. She feels like the embodiment of Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and OnlyFans altogether. Say, probably the only non-corrupt white knight out there who has a heart of gold and, in fact, wants to protect the city and its citizens. I think she might be my favorite character, but don't quote me on that. Kira Miki, a Lilim doll singer. She's this world's versions of Hatsune Miku. She is actually very nice and respectful, doesn't think too highly of herself, and, just like any other woman, hides in offices from creepy men who want to know if Lilim have nipples, and what do they look like. In Jewish folklore, Lilim were knightly spirits created by Lilith after she left Adam. According to the story, she escaped through the Red Sea and began living a depraved lifestyle with demons where she created about 100 Lilim a day, aka baby demons. Therefore, Lilith and her Lilim are considered knightly spirits. In-game, Lilim are humanoid androids with an AI derivative of Lilith, a previous AI. Their AI is uploaded to a cloud known as the collective source. If or when a Lilim's body is destroyed, their AI can be redeployed into a new body. And although they don't die or feel death like humans do, most of them do have a fear of not being redeployed. There are multiple different models of Lilim. We have the DFC-72s, a general-purpose model that includes an external port on the head, are hardly modifiable. They are said to specialize in social interactions. DTO-1s, while also classified as specialized in social interactions, they are designed as work Lilim. King Class Chia, or CH-1A, have a more advanced voice emulator and their moves are smoother, but they do lack the versatility of the DFC-72s and the durability of the DTO-1s. The outdated DRKS or Dark Soul are the only known Lilim model to have been in use prior to the establishment of the collective source. And since redeployment was not an option, they require regular maintenance. I first heard about Valhalla on itch.io back in 2014 or 16. Originally it was made for a Cyberpunk themed game jam, and I played the demo and fell in love, and then I forgot all about the game and forgot its name, even thought I played the game before, but recently remembered it and found it again and decided to finally play it. And no play, I'm just so glad I did. I've been Sophia. If you like Valhalla and think I did a good job talking about it, like this video. If you want to see more of my face and hear more of my voice, subscribe for more and tell me in the comments below, what do you think of this game? Who are your favorite characters? What's your favorite drink? And please recommend any similar games to me, please. I have to go. You know, it's time to mix drinks and change lives.